Hello, I'm Will Yeoman from Writing WA, and it's my great pleasure to be joined today by Dr. Marion Kickett, and we're actually sitting in the Bankwest building on the mezzanine level, where we're about to give a talk as part of NAIDOC. And this talk is about a book that Marion and I are actually working on at the moment called What is an Aboriginal Elder? Very exciting. This is our second book together, so I'd just love to talk to Marion more about that. Well, welcome to the show, Marion.
Thank you, Will. It's great to be here.
So tell us a little bit about that first book that we worked on. That was called, I always get this mixed up, is it My Country, My Words, My Life?
Yeah.
Yes, okay.
Yes. So yeah, that book's still quite popular. Lots of people are still buying it. And I've also had heaps of feedback from people from York, because it was about their connection to York.
Yes.
And we did that with the festival.
We did. That was with the York Festival a couple of years ago now.
Right.
And for people that don't know, we're talking about York, which is a small regional town about 100 kilometres east of Perth in Western Australia. Yeah. And you're from there. You know, you're a Baladong Noongar, as they say.
Yes, I'm a Baladong Noongar.
Yes.
Born in York.
Born in York.
Lived there practically all my life. I still go back there, so I'm still very much a part of the community.
Yeah.
And yes, it was a very successful book and lots of amazing feedback.
And it's still going, as you say. People are still buying it, still talking about it. I think you sold 22 copies just the other day.
Yeah, just the other day I sold 22 copies.
Just fantastic.
And the feedback, you know, when I talked about the book from the participants who came to that event was amazing, absolutely amazing.
Yeah, no, I'm just really excited by the success of that book, and I guess that's partly why we wanted to do another one, because we felt there was this need, but it was your idea to really broaden it out and, well, broaden, but also focus more on Aboriginal elders and from further across the state as well. So what was your initial idea?
Yes, well, when we talked about it, I thought the question that's put to me a lot whenever I'm lecturing or talking to people is about our elders. What's an Aboriginal elder?
Yes.
And it's a question that's asked. And so I thought if we can put this in a book, it would help so many people and organisations and people who just want to know how to work with Aboriginal communities and the importance of elders. So a lot say to me, look, I just don't know, I'm very ignorant, or, so I thought, I always think, education is the key. I always say that.
Absolutely.
And this book, What is an Aboriginal Elder, is so good. But then I thought, I don't want to put my views, just my views across. I can sit there and say, this is an Aboriginal elder and what you do. But I wanted to interview other people. And that was my plan, to get people that I'd worked with for lots,
So
and met.
You knew them already, and you knew that their story would be something that's worth sharing.
Yeah, and their view of what an Aboriginal elder is.
Yes, absolutely.
And I thought that's the way to go. Of course, I'd put my view in there as well, but I wanted to hear from people that that I'd worked with and respected. Of course, I couldn't interview everybody.
No.
So I selected
what you thought was a good representation from across the board.
From across the board and across the state.
I meant to say, viewers, in case you're wondering why the light's changing all the time, Marion and I are actually sitting in front of this amazing digital screen, which and features a lot of Aboriginal artwork and videos and stuff. I'm sorry we can't show that to you, it's just too bright.
Right, yeah.
But we can enjoy it, can't we?
Yes, we're sitting here enjoying.
Now, what interests me about your career too, because you're very much embedded in health as a nurse, but also as an academic, and so health is uppermost in your mind.
Yes.
And I think you've said to me that you see this as being a very healing process, in the same way as the first book was. A very healing thing for people to tell their stories.
Yeah. The first book was very healing for quite a number of people.
Yes.
And I enjoyed it, and I enjoyed them telling their stories, and and I still read the book. I'll get it now and again and pick it up and read someone's story and have a bit of a giggle or smile to myself. So it for me, it's looking at the book, I enjoy reading it.
Yes.
And so many people have said that they do the same. You know, they pick it up and read, and that's healing, and makes them. As one older person said to me, you know, she said, I feel happy.
Yes.
When I read the book.
Beautiful.
And she said I might be feeling down or having a bad day, and then I'll just take the time to sit and just reflect on the person, and she
That's really
knows
gorgeous.
the person,
Yes.
and well, she knows everyone in the book. She said I just read their story, and it's just makes me happy. So, and I think for me that's really what I wanted.
Yes. Well, I'm so looking forward to the next book, because that's going to be just as, I think, just as powerful and just as healing for so many people, and also in terms of reconciliation as well, bringing people together, because there's a lot of us white fellas out there that really need to know what is an Aboriginal elder.
Yes.
You know, so
it's a very good question, and a question, as I said, it's been asked of me so many times.
Yes, and we're looking at publishing this sort of around, well, we're going to launch it in York in May in 2025 at the York Regional Writers Weekend.
Yes.
So people can come along to that and, you know, buy their copy, buy one for their family, one for their friends. The other book we were talking about, the first one, is available on Amazon, I believe.
Yes.
So
still
people
available
are interested,
on Amazon.
have a look at that. Yeah. But look, Marion, thank you. We better get ourselves ready for today's live talk.
We better, yes.
Yeah, it was great to talk to you.
Great, thanks, Will.
No worries.